I'm back, y'all. I'm back and better than ever. They tried to shut it down, but I put it right back up. Okay, so I rebooted my entire computer, turned everything off, just so hopefully I won't have any more interruptions. So thank y'all for coming back. I was way into it and then I got cut off. So let me just start over. So there's spoiler alerts. Click off if you're not ready because you haven't seen the movie. Stay on if you don't care about the spoilers, but I'm back. Okay, so I'll just start over and go from there. So the movie starts out where so does it start off where she's a little girl or when she's grown? Well, anyway, I'll start off in the car. So they arrive home and then the dad screams, "Wake up!" And the kids were sleeping in the back seat, and so the kids woke up. So that was symbolic of wake up. The mother, her name's Adelia. She had like a traumatic childhood experience, and where she got separated from her father and got lost. But prior to that, she was at a carnival with her family, her mom and dad. The dad was playing one of the little carnival games, won her a prize, and he asked her to pick which one did she want, and she said number 11. And I guess there were T-shirts numbered of which T-shirt she wanted to pick, and she picked number 11, which ended up being Michael Jackson Thriller shirt. And it was Michael Jackson, and he was surrounded by zombies. And he was wearing red in the middle, and everybody else was just surrounding him. And then look what I arrived to the movie theater in wearing. This is what I wore. I didn't even know that Michael Jackson was any part of the movie, but this is what I wore to the movie. And so the little girl puts on the T-shirt and somehow wanders off from her dad, walks down some steps off the boardwalk onto the beach, and then enters into this house of mirrors. And the house of mirrors had this Native American like picture of a chief on it. And she walks in, she goes through these trees, like the wallpaper is trees. It looks like a forest. And then she enters into this hallway, and there's an owl, and it like jumps out of the wall and like scares her. And the owl is symbolic for the watchers, the people that are watching her and observing her and making sure she is scared and don't go any further and don't go this way, just to give her a little scare. We know who that is. And the trees represents people in the forest and things like that. So she's walking through, and then she gets to the hall of mirrors and she gets scared. So she starts whistling to get rid of the fear, which is music, which is a frequency which is supposed to raise your frequency. So she starts whistling, and then she starts hearing a whistle like coming from somewhere. So she's in the mirror dimension, basically, the subconscious mind, the right and the left brain, the math, So then she stumbles upon a mirror, but it's like the back of her head. So she thinks, oh my goodness, what is this? It's a real girl. She turns around, it looks just like her. And so we don't know what happened to her at that point, but it reveals later on in the movie. I guess I should just reveal it now. So what happened, should I reveal it now or later? Because that would kind of, I don't know, that would mess up the whole breakdown. But okay, so I should reveal it now. So the little girl that was hiding in the house of mirrors, that was not Adelia, basically drug her down underground, chained her to a bed, and switched places with her. They switched T-shirts, and then she went back and found her family, or the girl's family. So they switched places. You know how people are always talking about, oh, it's a clone, it's a clone. Well, so they switched places. And the people that lived under or, down there were eating rabbits, were like zombie versions of us. They couldn't even talk. They were just like a zombie spirit version of a soul, basically. So when the parents found her, she couldn't talk because they don't talk. Like they don't have any words. And word is symbolic of soul because it's symbolic of the name of what? Source. Okay. So she couldn't talk. And they took her to a therapist. And they said, oh, well, she'll come out of it. It's just PTSD or whatever. And while she was in this therapist office and the parents were talking to the therapist, she was lining up animals in like the little play area. She was lining them all up in unity. So I was like, what the heck? And they were on the sand.
Mom.
Mm-hmm.
She was also playing.
Yeah. Well, that's going to come later. Right. And so then, okay, so it flashes back to her in the family car. And now they're going to their vacation home, which is at the beach and near the beach that this whole ordeal happened when she was a child. So she's kind of on edge. So they're on their way to the beach, and all of a sudden, the kids are in the back of the car kind of going at each other. And one is saying curse words, and, they're just going back and forth. So the father turns on the radio, and then the song I Got 5 on It comes on, and that's very symbolic because it represents the 5G of frequency that's all around the world at this time. Can you close that door, please? And the daughter asks, the son asks, what does I Got 5 on It mean? And the daughter, Zora, says, oh, it means drugs. And the father says, no, it's just a dope beat or a dope song, which is also a symbol representing how 5G affects the dopamine in your brain. Okay, so the dopamine, dope song, 5G, 5 on it. So then they arrive to the lake house or, vacation home. And this, I don't want to go through the entire movie because there's so much symbolism, but basically the son, he's a little different. He's a little weird. His name is Jason. Let's talk about Jason. So Jason wears a mask, a wolf mask through most of the movie. He's, at the beach. And this was when they finally got to the beach and hooked up with their